Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am checking my volumes. Sorry, Mr. B, checking the volumes again, double checking. Check it out. XRP blast off T-minus 12 days. I am going to focus on the short-term price action today. Could we have started our move to my target of 89 cents to $1.35 already during our recent impulsive move? For XRP, you can see all the large spikes of volume in green. Meanwhile, the bulls are in charge currently. Additionally, we are putting in a series of higher lows, higher highs, battle through local area of demand around 62 cents. Once we clear 66 cents, we could have a fast move to the upside. I like the sound of that. Then we got this from Crypto Bull. If XRP repeats the surge as it did after the first major triangle, that I'm assuming he's talking January 2018, we could see $27 or higher within the next 3 months. In other words, if it repeats that triangle from back then, $27. I know a lot of people that would gladly accept that. Wanted to show this. This is from Wheezy. XRP Google searches on the rise. Google Trends reveals greater enthusiasm among Americans for XRP over Ethereum. Here's the Google Trends. Looks like Delaware is the #1 state into XRP, then Nevada, Arizona, Louisiana, but all of them are more into XRP than they are Ethereum, cryptocurrency, or the company Ripple, which is separate from XRP, the digital asset. Then we've got this. This is Brad Garlinghouse. Dubai's regulators have consistently demonstrated their pro-innovation approach. With this announcement as the latest example, Ripple will continue doubling down in regions where there is regulatory clarity for crypto, a key reason we're hosting Ripple Swell in Dubai this year. And he's retweeting this. Today in Dubai Financial Services Authority, DFSA, approves XRP under its virtual assets regime, allowing licensed firms in the Dubai International Financial Center to incorporate XRP into their virtual asset services. And then if you look right here, Anthony Welfare is going to, he says, another step forward for Ripple, XRP Ledger, and crypto. Since the DFSA opened up external applications, XRP is the first virtual asset to be approved by the regime. XRP joins Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin as assets previously approved under the DFSA's virtual assets regime. XRP now stands to benefit from legal and regulatory clarity in the DIFC, and will be available for use by institutions located in the DIFC to accelerate faster, more efficient global value exchange. Wow, folks. Now, Jim Rickards is back on the scene. I wanted to play you this clip from him. He's talking about financial wars, which we're in the middle of.
Financial war. Yeah, of course it's a kinetic war. Of course people are being killed. It's sad. 400,000 Ukrainian casualties. I just talked about possibly tens of thousands of Palestinian casualties. But this is a financial war as much as anything. And the U.S. is losing. The Russian sanctions have failed. I teach a seminar in financial warfare at the U.S. Army War College, and I told my 2022 class, this is April 2022, not long after the Ukraine war started, I said these sanctions are going to fail, and worse than that, there'll be blowback that's going to hurt the United States more than it's hurt Russia. That's happened. So we know a lot. There's a lot we don't know. I think we can correctly anticipate a large-scale Israeli land, infantry, armor, drone invasion of Gaza. But what we don't know is, will Hezbollah open a second front, would escalate to Iran? But those are the things that are really going to tip the global economy into a global recession, if not a financial crisis.
Hey there, I just want to quickly interrupt the video and just say thank you.
Hold on a
Thank you so
sec.
much.
I got to get through her commercial to the other side. Here he is.
In the Pentagon's first ever financial war game in 2009 at the Warfare Analysis Laboratory, part of Johns Hopkins. It's a top secret lab about halfway between Washington and Baltimore. The Pentagon did not need my help in war games, but they did need outside expertise in financial war. They had never done that before. And I even recruited, and they sort of, they had the FBI and the CIA and the Treasury and think tanks, what I call the usual suspects. I said, look, if you want a really good financial war, it involves, lying, cheating, and deception. We got to get some Wall Street people in here because that's what they're good at. So I was able to recruit a top private equity manager and one of the top analysts for one of the biggest banks in the world. So we got a little Wall Street expertise in the room. It went extremely well. Since then, by the way, the scenario we did in 2009 was that Russia and China were going to accumulate gold and start a new gold-backed currency and try to run the dollar off the road. So we did that 14 years ago, warned the Pentagon. The whole idea of a war game is not to do today's war. It's to look 5-10 years down the road and help people prepare for what might be coming. We're there now. I mean, you and I talked about the BRICS and other multilateral efforts to get out from under the dollar. But I did another war game, what we call tabletop. You just get 11, 15 experts around the table, and you talk it through. It wasn't quite as elaborate in that sense as the 2009 war game. But I was sitting one seat away from one of the top officials at the United States Treasury, he was like the dollar guy, liaison to Asia, Japan, and China, and so forth. And so I basically tell them, you're in a vault in the Pentagon, but I tell them what I tell your viewers. The greatest threat to the dollar doesn't come from overseas, although there is a threat. It comes from the United States itself. We're the ones destroying the dollar by overusing sanctions. And that's what I said at the time. I said sanctions can be effective, but when you overuse them, you create an incentive for your adversaries to get out from under the dollar system, to come up with alternatives. Easier said than done. Takes a long time, but they begin working on that because they don't want to be the next victim. And if you say, what was this, I had to use cliches, but the straw that broke the camel's back is when the United States froze about $250 billion of Treasury notes and securities owned by the Central Bank of Russia. Those were their reserves. They had them invested, not all of them, but a lot of the reserves in U.S. Treasuries. We froze them. That was unprecedented. I mean, we kicked Iran out of SWIFT, and we did the same thing with Russia. We did a lot else to Russia, but freezing central bank reserves of a major global power, largest atomic nuclear arsenal in the world.
I think he's laying it out perfectly here. Everything that you're witnessing, all the psyops that we've all been living through have everything to do with what he's talking about right here. That's what's on the line, is the world reserve currency status, period. That's why I've been accumulating gold and XRP. This is it.
Et cetera, had never been done before. Well, think about that from the perspective of Brazil, Saudi Arabia, India, Turkey, a lot of other countries. You're sitting there saying, well, if they did that to Russia, what if I do something the United States doesn't like? Are they going to freeze my reserves? And the answer is maybe yes. So you've now created a very powerful incentive to get out from under dollar hegemony. It didn't come from them; it came from us because we were overusing the reserves. So I pointed this out in this war game I'm describing, and this Treasury official, he kind of like slammed both hands, like face down on the table, like boom, like that. He goes, "The dollar has been the global reserve currency. It is the global reserve currency today, and it will always be the global reserve currency." And I turned around and said, "David, I feel like I'm in Whitehall in 1913 listening to John Bull say sterling is the global reserve currency and it always will be." And then, 30 years later, it was done. But you can't get through. I mean, I always get the meetings. I mean, I've been in the Pentagon.
Here's the part where he talks about which parts of our government get it and which ones don't.
This is that assessment, which is their futurist think tanks. I've been in the Treasury and the Fed, et cetera. The only people who kind of understand what I'm saying are at the Pentagon, because the military and the Office of Secretary of Defense, because as I say to them, I say, when the rest of the government screws up, it ends up in your lap. Like the military, and that's going to happen in Israel. The military is going to have to come in and pick up the pieces that other people in the State Department, the Fed, and the Treasury have scrambled. So they kind of get it, but the Treasury doesn't get it. The Fed's kind of not involved. They don't really do international stuff. It's not part of their mandate. So-called. The White House, Janet Yellen doesn't understand anything we're talking about right now. She's a statistics geek from Berkeley. Probably a high IQ, no common sense, no real international experience. So she doesn't understand this.
Unbelievable. Our country is so screwed. Now I'm in the group today. We're looking at that FTX org chart some more, and I think it all leads exactly to the geographies and the places that I believe it leads to, and we've got some eye-opening stuff about that today. Also, I'm going to be. I talked to Brad Combs, and if he goes forward with XRP Las Vegas, I'm going to be able to. He's going to let me provide a discount for tickets inside of this group only. Just wanted to let you know that, but he hasn't confirmed for 1,000% sure if it's happening or not. But when he does, he gave me his word. So DAIXRP.com. Thanks. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. We're going down some very, very, they don't call this the danger zone for no reason. DAIXRP.com member group. Go check it out.